Happy Monday night, everybody. Welcome to the Wildflower Wolves knitting podcast. It's Monday, so that means it's cast on day around here. So I am knitting pumpkins this week. You all were helping me decide what yarn is going to get cast on, orange or yellow. So, as per usual, we're going to talk about the voting. What is the yarn? Daisy's come to say hello. I will show you a few other projects that I've been working on this week. I have a couple finishes to show you, and oh darn, I think I forgot to bring one project up here. Anyways, we can chat about it. So let's talk about what everybody was voting for. So, yarn. I've been in pumpkin mode here. It's September, it's officially fall now, so it seems like the perfect time to make some more pumpkins. This yarn came out of my stash. So, what is this? Loops and threads. Okay, so this is the loops and threads. This is the yellow. It's more of a goldy color, but um, what does that say? Cuddly Chenille Eco. I think is what it says upside down. Yep, Cuddly Chenille Eco. So this stuff here, if I remember right, it's at a 9mm needle is what this calls for. Let's give you the details here. It is color is mustard. And it will be 100% acrylic or polyester. Oh, it is 100% recycled polyester. I guess that's where the eco, oh, there is a recycled on there. Eco, eco. I'm upside down again, aren't I? Upside down and probably upside down for you guys too. Anyways, so 100% recycled polyester, which is nice. Feels super soft, and it's 9mm needle, I believe. No. Where did I get that from? Oh, maybe it's the other one. Anyways, this is saying a 12.75mm needle, which is a US 17, or a 15mm crochet hook if you're going to crochet your pumpkins. Does say hand wash, cold water, and there's a lot of yarn in here. So there is, it's 300 grams, 102 meters, or 111 yards. So that was the yellow. Daisy, okay, hold on. I gotta move you, kitty. Okay, or at least I will move this. Okay, so the other option was orange. This is Bernat Big Plush. This is really nice and soft. I have not knit with this. Actually, I don't think I have knit with the Chenille Eco either, but this is more just like the Bernat blanket and the Bernat blanket big. Has the same feel to it, it's just a little thinner. This here has a very, very soft feel to it. And like one of those ring spun, core spun. I'm not sure what the center is of this. Where's the end? Probably if we found the end, it would probably start to unravel. But anyways, I don't think I've knit with this at all. Don't think. I bought it a few times, but I don't think I've ever actually knit with it. Okay, what does it tell me on here? It says it's a number 7 jumbo as well. Did I say that? This one here was another number 7 jumbo as well. Okay, but see, this is where this gets me. Every time we do this, you guys, they say it's a number 7. So, but it calls for a 25mm needle. This was a 12. And if we look, is there really that much difference? This does definitely feel a little, the yellow feels a little thinner than this, but a 12mm versus a 25mm. And the Bernat blanket big that I used, do I have it handy? I think I used a 25mm on it, and it was a lot thicker than this. So I guess my story out of all that is play with your needle size because it might vary a little bit. Hello to everybody. Who else here tonight? Liz and Sally and Alice and Susie and Diane and Cindy and Susanna and Katie. Did I say Katie already? Diane, hi everybody. Liz. Oh no. Liz just says she's trying to count and stop saying numbers. Okay. Um, okay, joke. So orange, yellow. This was the vote. There was lots of votes. We had 95 votes in total. We might have had more, but well, didn't exactly forget. I just got busy at work and I didn't get a chance to post it over on YouTube till late afternoon. So typically there was more votes over there than there was tonight. But anyways, we had 95 votes, which is still a lot of interest in pumpkin knitting. So, what were the comments? Some people said yellow because I already had orange pumpkins. Some people, were voting definitely orange because orange is more pumpkiny color than the yellow is. So there was lots of fun colors. So somebody posted a picture. They had just finished an orange pumpkin as well, and theirs was super, super cute. Yeah, it is the season to knit pumpkins, right? Is anybody else knitting pumpkins, or does this inspire you to make any pumpkins? So, let's see. So there was again the voting the last number of weeks has been kind of in that 60-40% range. And again, that's where we were. I had no idea how you guys were going to vote. If you were going to go, kind of, well, this isn't super traditional because it is more of a burnt orange. What color is this, anyways? Oh, I didn't tell you all the info on this, did I? Okay, so let me see here. 250-gram ball. It is 100% polyester, again, same as the yellow. It does say 25 millimeter needles or a 25 millimeter crochet hook. And I think you can wash this on gentle. It doesn't say hand wash, which is nice. But
but
yes.
there was an 11 was.
Okay.
But I had to use the runs to the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah.
So I missed it. So
Okay.
that's the only reason why.
Okay.
Reason why I will catch like
That's fine.
I'm just saying it
Okay.
in a moment.
All right. Thank you.
That's the only reason why I'm here.
Okay. Go hang out downstairs.
I'm just saying it in a moment. Okay?
All right.
Okay?
Eric popped over to visit me tonight, and
I'm just saying that.
he's just letting us all know that he just missed his bus. So he's catching the next one. Okay, so Ojo said I finished a pumpkin, but it was fall colors, purple, orange, and brown. I know I mean, you can't go wrong, right? I mean, they look so fun in any colors, even if you wanted to do pink or peach or I don't know, anything, right? Okay, so Liz gave me the drum roll. Okay, I guess I will have to tell you now because I don't have anything else to say about this except tell you which one I am casting on tonight. So I am going to, I brought up my knitting needle. So as we're chatting, I will maybe try to sort through and decide if I need like a 15, no, oh my goodness, 12, 25. See which needle size I need. Okay, the winning with 60% of the votes this week is leave you in a little bit of suspense, as if it is like a super suspenseful, announcement, right? What I am casting on tonight is orange. One of these times, I have a feeling I'm going to actually end up having the wrong ball and say orange when I'm holding yellow. Anyways, orange it is. So the burnt orange. What color was it? Was this caramel? Caramel is the colorway here. So it is. So it is a different shade of orange. Some people said I already had orange pumpkins, but a lot of my orange pumpkins are orange orange. They're like neon orange, which makes this really look brown. Asa voted for brown, which I'm thinking she was meaning this. So Asa, your vote went this way because it does look brown. I mean, caramel is kind of brown, but it is kind of orangey too, right? When you hold it up to this, it definitely looks caramely, doesn't it? But it'll make a fantastic pumpkin. It looks burnt orange to me. So, okay, let me see if I can find the end of this. So, pumpkins. I have been making pumpkins. I made a bunch. Oh, it looks brown to you. I know, and it's funny because it looks more brown to me now. This morning it looked more orange. I don't know. Brown, orange, doesn't really matter. It'll be fine. It'll be great for a pumpkin. I'm still going with it looks burnt orange. It kind of looks burnt orange. It looks very much like this, doesn't it? Well, sort of. And that's orangey. Anyways, doesn't matter. This is what I'm doing. And it'll look wonderful. So look at this. There's the inside. So it's yes. See, I've played with this kind of yarn before. I don't know what ball it was though. And it does really frays. It just pulls apart. So we're not going to go do that. Um, I know, Joe, it should knit up super fast, shouldn't it? So it says a 25 millimeter, but I always knit loose. So I always go down a needle size. I mean, it's a pumpkin. I don't think it has to be super, super tight. These little pumpkins that I cranked out are very, very loose, but I've been doubling them. That's why they're so long. It'll be a fall pumpkin. That's right. Any color goes, right? So let me show you. So this, I will look for a needle in a minute. So this is it, you guys. Excellent voting. I don't know which one I would have picked. I think I really truly don't know. But I think what I would have liked was to do another yellow, but I really wanted to knit with this yarn. So I guess either way, I was going to be happy with whatever I got to cast on. So look what else I did this weekend. I made some more of these little pumpkins. I've made two more of these. One I gave away. I left at somebody's house. We were making some crafts and I left her a pumpkin. And I'm pretty sure I did one more of these that I maybe left it someplace too. So I've got three and they're all just a little bit different size. And these were done on that little knitting machine. That little I'm not even sure the make of it. It's a vintage one though. I think it was from the 1970s. Is Sam on here? Yes, she is. So Sam, you have seen this and used this at Knitting Club. This is Evelyn's plastic little knitting machine. Um, So we were using these to make Halloween decorations last year. So I have been doing a bunch of pumpkins on it. So those three little orange ones came off here. They were cranked off here. So if you have a sock knitting machine, you could totally make pumpkins on it. So I also did, how many did I do here? So what did I do? I had three there, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus the one I left on Thursday. So one ball of Astra. So you know the Patton's Astra? They're like what, 50-gram balls? So it looks like this did 8 pumpkins. And I have one on here that's about half done. I didn't quite, and I think it's too small. I don't think it's short enough. Or, no, I think it's too short. It's not long enough because I have to double it. So this thing, it works great if you've got the right weight of yarn. It does not like worsted weight. It likes a sport weight. So the Astra works perfect on it. So I just cranked out these tubes. And then these ones here, I'm going to double. So just cinch the bottom closed, double it up. And then with my other tail, I'll just bring this tail, just run it up, and then just pick up a loop all the way around, stuff it, pull it tight. These guys back here, I just used, on these ones, I used pipe cleaner for the stem. But this one here, which does look like an apple or a pumpkin, depending on which way you're thinking, that had the cinnamon stick in it. So I'm gonna make up these little guys. So that's why I did these all different lengths. So they'll be a little taller, shorter, and have some a little bit of variety. So these will all transform into pumpkins magically. So that's pumpkins. So these guys are like super, super teeny, teeny, tiny ones. This is going to make a nice bigger one. I'm not sure if I have another ball of this. Somebody mentioned that in the comments about either how big it would be or how much yarn it would use. And then also said, but I'm sure you can get more if I run out. Yes, because this comes from Michael's and they do have this colorway still. At least last time I was there, they did. Because I kept eyeing it for pumpkins, but knowing I had a ball of it at home. Maybe I bought this last year for a pumpkin and never got around to it. So that's up next project. I have some finishes to show you guys. So for all of you who are always asking me, do you finish anything? I got 2 projects finished this week. First one was the little baby poncho that I did for my granddaughter. It's not perfect, but it does the job. Um, Remember I said that I couldn't find a pattern for I was looking for like a 6-month size and I couldn't find a pattern, so I was just kind of guessing. I cast on some stitches and I knit. Just did a good educated guess. So this is what I ended up with. So it is just, I don't know, I just want to say like your regular poncho. So it's 2 rectangle pieces sewn together. And then it gives you a little bead neckline and you get a point in the front and a point in the back. So you just take, there you go. So there's the end of one triangle piece and the side of the other, and you um, stitch that together. And then when you get around to the other side, you do the same but opposite. So if you stitch to the end of one piece, that piece where it was stitched on the end, it is now stitched on the side. And then it creates a circle and bing, bang, boom. You have a little neckline and you have a cute little poncho. So I was debating about putting fringe on the end of, or on the bottom all the way around because that always looks so cute. But I don't know if I have enough yarn left. I have a small ball of this yarn, and this is stuff that I hand dyed. So I wasn't entirely sure if I had enough for fringe. And I yeah. So I didn't. And then last week when we were talking about it, Sherry, obviously she said, babies put everything in their mouths, which I know. And that was kind of in the back of my mind. It was like I wanted to put fringe on it because it looks so cute. But yeah, she'll just be chewing it. And so anyways, and I wanted her to wear it this weekend. So I was like, I don't have time to mess with fringe. And it looked cute on her just the way it was. So and it just fit. Now, what I would do is I took some measurements so I can play around with it. As you can tell, the neck opening is not super big. So I think I got my proportions wrong. I just cast on stitches. I think 34 is the number ringing bells here. So I just cast on and I knit. I think my proportion, my width I should have knit the panel longer or not quite as many stitches for the length that I did it. But garter stitch is super stretchy. So look, when you stretch it, it went over her head perfectly fine. And then it just came up nice around her neck. Um, I could put a cute little border on it. Yes, Deborah, you're right. I think, did you mention that last week? No, somebody else mentioned putting a cabled border on it. And I'm like, oh, no, no. This just fits her right now. So I mean, maybe if I do one for her again, like for the spring, I could definitely put a border on it. But this one, I just wanted to knit it, sew it up, get it done, let her wear it. She wore it 3 times on the weekend when we went out for walks, and it worked perfect. Um, a picot border. Oh, good heavens. Maybe when she's old enough to wear it for like a whole year, not just 2 months, maybe I would do a picot border. But this did the job and it looked cute on her and it kept her warm and it was perfect. So, but it's not gonna fit her for long, so she is coming to visit again next weekend. So I think we'll wear it again. My good heavens, where are these points? Okay, there we go. Poor girl, she's gonna be lucky if I get it on her the right way. So anyways, she'll wear it again this coming weekend for sure, and maybe the next couple weekends. I could as length. I could, you know what, Sally, you know what I could on another one. Um, but because my little neck here is so short here, I think it'll just get too tight on around her. But you know what? I mean, it didn't take long to knit. It was a fun little project. Now I've got a better idea of how the pieces should go, so I could just whip up another one for her for early spring. Anyways, it was fun, and she's worn it, and it looks super cute on her. Done and done. So, wet and aggressively block if needed. I know, isn't that the answer to everything? Block aggressively. But and I could, it's superwash wool. But anyways, it's done. I get to check it off my whiteboard. I'm actually going to put it in Ravelry so I can remember what I did because, I'll keep this because maybe next baby might need a little poncho, or if I need to make another one and just change the stitch count around, the dimensions and the length, I'll have a little bit of an idea of a starting point. So I have one more finish and I've dropped it on the floor. All right. I have done some work up here. I know for what you guys are seeing looks like it typically always does, but I am hoping, I don't know. I'm not going to say when. Um, I have a little bit more work to do up here and then it's going to look different. So I'm excited. And then, yeah, anyways, we'll wait. I'll just give you that little tidbit. So stay tuned. And ta da da da, I have a finished hat. Oh, yeah, so some of you would have seen the picture of Scarlett wearing the poncho. I did I posted a couple pictures, different ones on Instagram or Facebook, yeah. I know, it looks so cute on her. So my hat is done. So this is yarn that I cast on. This was a new start from what, about 3 weeks ago, maybe? Superwash. So this is the same as the poncho yarn. Superwash merino. It's really nice and soft. I typically don't go for superwash. I mean, for Scarlett's things, it's probably better because Anita's not going to be hand washing anything anytime, if ever soon. So superwash is probably what she's going to have. But this is also superwash. They were dyed for the Fiber Friends dyeing challenge. So this is a teal colorway. I love it. And I still have this much left over, which now I have no idea what I'm going to do with. Scrappy project. Oh my word. It ended up on the floor. So that's where I was saying about how when I'm organizing up here, I need a desk, I need a table, I need something better than what I'm using so I can keep track of everything and not drop it. So anyways, the hat's done. Can you tell it's seat stitch? I love it. I love how the dyed yarn knit up. I love the color of it. I like how it's tonal. I like the texture. It's a double seed stitch pattern. Loved knitting it. I'm afraid to look too close, but I don't think I made any mistakes. I don't think so. Every once in a while I stop and I'm like, "Oh, does it look like did I do 3 rounds in there instead of 2?" But I don't think so. I love it. I love seed stitch. I know some people don't. Okay, now here's the test. I haven't tried it on. Oh, I think it's perfect. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's some fantastic. Wonderful. I have a brand new hat for hopefully a ways down the road. Don't want it to snow, anytime soon. But yeah, I will be set. I will be set. Super, super happy about this. Love it, love it, love it. I'm gonna try and dye some more yarn and see if I can kind of replicate this. See if this was just beginners, not well, not so much beginners, but luck, I suppose, right? Just a one-time thing, or see if I can get something to dye up like this again. So thanks everybody. Yeah, I know the color was awesome, wasn't it? That was total luck. Just um just playing with colors, which is what dyeing yarn is all about. And some colors turn out wonderful, like this. Other ones turn out so-so, and then sometimes I just over dye them. Sometimes I leave them a little bit and look at them and just kind of go that gut feeling. It's like, do I love it or do I might so-so? If I'm so-so, then I just sometimes over dye it. Um, did I bring anything else up here? Eric was kind of helping me bring stuff up, and I know I forgot to bring up my cabled project. Oh, okay, I forgot 2 things, so we'll just have to chat about those. The cabled project. I started a cable project Saturday morning when Cheryl and I were podcasting for the Fiber Friends because it is cable month. September is. That is almost over. And I had been wanting to do a cabled scarf. I had super chunky yarn again. I think it was just a 6. It wasn't as heavy as the pumpkin yarn because I wanted something that was going to hopefully knit up quick. Well, my super quick, super chunky yarn has not knit up very quick because it has um, not given me trouble, but I've been thinking about it. I've been trying to think. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to cast on stitches and then I just wanted to knit and just cable wherever I felt called to do a cable. And I couldn't do that with this yarn because that yarn that I had, I can't remember what it was called. It was from Michael's. It was, I think it was a wool cotton. No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. I'm getting my words all mixed up. A wool, a wool and acrylic blend. It had wool in it. Anyways, it ended up being too chunky. And so to get a number of stitches so that I could cable multiple times across it, my yarn was too chunky. So I was going to end up with a scarf that was like this wide. So I cast on a smaller number of stitches, but it only gives me so like three repeats across. So I've kind of had to rethink my plan, and I know what I want to do now, but what I want to do, my stitch count is off. My cable doesn't center in the center, so I have to take it out and either have to remove stitches, make it skinnier, or add, I think, 2 or 4 more stitches so it balances on either side. Make sense? Or did I totally confuse you? Anyways, it's a work in progress. That is the bottom line. I've got I don't know. Well, I only did a few rows, but I have like this much done because it does knit up fairly quickly. My biggest issue with it is I was doing a 4x4 cable. So I had to like put 4 stitches onto a cable needle. Well, it's super big yarn, and the only cable needle I have is like a cable needle you would regularly use for like a worsted weight, and my cable needle just fell right out. So I don't know. I'm gonna see how it goes. I need to find something that's a little bit bigger and preferably wood that's maybe gonna grip this yarn. The yarns is super slippery. Or I may be just doing it without a cable needle and crossing my fingers that no stitches pull out. We will see. I will report back to you on that project next week. Last week's new start, I also do not have up here with me. That was the 2 shades of green, and it was a chunky Cascade, 128, um, chunky. Louise says use a pencil. Yes. A DPN. Yes, if I have a DPN that's thicker, that would work too. I was just kind of lazy. I didn't I didn't go searching too hard on the weekend for something. It was that thing where I'm like, I probably have something, but that means I have to go looking. for it. And I looked in one spot, looked in one drawer, and I didn't really find what I wanted. So that's how I ended up with the smaller, skinnier cable needle, and it didn't work. So anyways, that is a work in progress. Last week's cast on, yes. So the Cascade 128. So it was a chunky yarn and it was greens. What were you guys voting for? Oh, that was the greens or the browns. And you guys voted for greens. So I played around with it. I cast it on. I did a little gauge swatch. And the needle size that I had, I liked it. So I pulled it out. I should have kept it. So I could have at least showed you that. But I pulled it out because I had grand plans. I was going to pull it out. I was going to cast on. I was going to get my ribbing done and then start the pattern. And I was going to be half done. Yeah, no, it is in two perfectly round balls because I pulled it all out and I didn't even get the ribbon cast on. So I played around, I did a gauge swatch, pulled it all out, and I'm ready to start again. So, fingers crossed, I have good luck with it, and I'll be able to show you that as well next week. So, what else? Yeah, so DPN and a pencil for the cable needle would work good. I know for like sock yarn and thinner yarns, when I've been in a pinch, I've used a paper clip. I might even have used, like, an earring or something. I know sitting in the car and working on a project and not having a cable needle, that I've had to get really inventive and just see what is in, like, the console of my car, and I think that's where I came up with an earring. It worked in a pinch, it worked. But yes, a wooden a wooden cooking spoon. Diane, you know what? You're actually not that far off because it's, like, really super chunky yarn. Okay, that totally would be an Instagram picture if I'm using a wooden spoon with my as my, um, cable needle, chopsticks. You're right, Susie, that would be a great option too because it's wood and it would hold it, but there again, I think they're too thin to really stay in, but they'd be long, right? So they wouldn't slip off the end because they're the little cable needles, right? You'd put that on there and you put 4 of, like a number 6, like a super bulky stitch on there, it takes the whole needle. So there's not any wiggle room. So as you're knitting and the cable needle's sliding, you're losing stitches. So yeah, the length of the chopsticks, I like that. The wooden spoon. Okay, I may have to try that just for fun. Just for fun. So stay tuned for a picture of that because isn't it all about the Instagram pictures, right? Okay, and what else? I think that's pretty much it. I was a little obsessed with pumpkins this weekend, because as some of you saw on Facebook, that yeah, Scarlett did spend the weekend here with me, so she absolutely was mesmerized by the little knitting machine and just the crank going around and then seeing the yarn coming out the bottom. It was like so fun. So I'm like, oh, you just need to get a little older and she'll be able next Halloween, we'll be cranking out pumpkins like crazy. It'll be so much fun. So that was really everything that I did for knitting was I really wanted to get this finished. I wanted to get this sewn up. I can't remember where I was last week. Did I have both pieces? I think I might have had both pieces knit last week. I just need to sew them up. So I did that actually while Scarlett was here too. And she was helping me with that too. Um, yes, she was like trying to grab the yarn. So that was fun. So, anyways, that is pretty much it. I feel like there should be something else, but I don't know what it is. And I don't have anything else up here. So and I did not go yarn shopping. The Thoughtful Artisan, she had her grand opening on Saturday. So she's been open since the beginning of August, yes, second week of August. So she is a new yarn shop local to us. She's in Woodstock. And she has a super cute store. I've been there twice because I have taught, and I'm teaching a sock knitting class there the end of October, so that will be fun. And I will get to go back. But I didn't get to go to the actual open house, but from her Instagram pictures, it looked like it was a huge success. And I know Cheryl and our friend Trish, they went. So we'll have to Stay tuned. Probably the Fiber Friends podcast. We'll hear on Saturday what Cheryl came home with. So, but yeah, it's just so nice to have another local, not local. I mean, it is local. It's not just jump in your car and drive like it is for a couple of other. Um, I see a Christmas tree behind you. Is there a Christmas tree behind me? There could be. Oh, there is. You're right. Well, yeah, I'm preparing. I was I was moving stuff. Okay, so maybe we can talk about that a little bit. Yes. I oh, that's so funny. I didn't realize I had stuck it there. Anyways, yes. So I have been how many times have I been organizing this room? And it is still a work in progress. And I just literally emptied the whole room. Jude says local here is an hour drive, not enough will shops. Yeah, and the Woodstock is about a 45-minute drive for me. So, but that's a good, just it's a nice day on a Saturday, jump in the car and go for a drive, right? So it's doable. It's not like Knit Stitch is, I can be there in 10 minutes. London Yarns, I can be there in 10 minutes. Little Red Mitten, 30 minutes tops. So, but 45, I can do that extra little bit of a drive. Okay. Oh, Alyssa say okay, 30 minutes is local. Weekdays is usually 15 minutes. There you go. So, anyways, yes, so the yarn room up here is undergoing a big transformation. I literally took every ball of yarn out of here and cleaned off all the shelves, pulled them all away from the walls, did the carpets, the baseboards, like everything. I don't know where that came from. And so then I just moved some shelves around and just kind of slowly putting yarn back in here. So I did the one corner of this room was used for some storage of some Christmas things. And yeah, like everything had to kind of shuffle. So yeah, so we have a Christmas tree, but it's just a green tree. If I put orange pom poms on that, it could totally be a Halloween tree, right? I just have the red pom poms happen to be turned to the back. Anyways, good eye. Who was that saw that? Was that Diane? It was Diane. Um. Anyways, yeah. So I'm really excited for up here to yeah, just to organize the yarn. I know. Well, as much as we don't want to say it, who was it? Somebody, Liz. Was it you, Liz? Somebody sent me like a Facebook post that said it was 100 days till Christmas. And there was another post that said something like it was 17 Saturdays till Christmas or something. And Susie says, what do I do to protect my wool from moss? Nothing really. Um, I have had little, um, I thought I saw one. I've had little pouches of lavender and I've had wooden cedar blocks, but in my experience, that doesn't really do anything. If if you've got a little lavender sachet, that may protect the yarn that it's like literally leaning up against. Three balls over, um, it won't help. I bought some yarn a number of years ago. It was Angora. I don't know if it was 100% Angora from a fiber festival. And I don't know if it had, yeah, anyways, I had it in a project bag, and I don't know if it was on my shelf at one time. Anyways, it had moths in it, and it was I think some of you I remember we talked about it because some people said, "Well, can you felt them together?" But the pieces, like, it literally whatever was in there, I can't remember. If I ended up seeing any larvae in there, there must have been, and it had, like, just shredded. It had, like, a smorgasbord, and it like, there was just, like, little pieces of it. But so in the past, when I have had trouble with moss, I find they're pretty much they stay. If there's a ball of yarn that they like, they will just eat it, and what's beside it, they won't even touch, and there could be lavender sachets or cedar in there, and it doesn't really deter them. So, thankfully, I have not had a big problem. Only twice I think I brought something home from a fiber festival, um, quite both of them were quite a few years ago, that ended up, I think, having something in them. But anyways, but for the amount of yarn that I have and, all the years that I've had yarn, I mean, it kinda goes hand in hand having moss, and I've been pretty lucky, so. Oh, Lynette, only 3 months as of today? Christmas is on a Monday? Christmas is on a Monday. Oh, is it? 3 months. Okay, okay. This means okay, is everybody got their holiday gift knitting sorted out? Do you know what you're making? Is it done? Half done? Have you started? Sally says 91 days until Christmas. And when does Hanukkah start? Hanukkah is earlier, right? Big earlier in December. So if you're knitting Hanukkah gifts, then you have to be even more organized. Hmm. I need to seriously think about Christmas. I really haven't. And it's going to be October shortly, which is the perfect time for me to start my holiday gift knitting because I never do it early. Every year is the same, and every year you guys get to watch me try to figure out what I'm going to knit in a very short amount of time. Christmas is 3 months from today. Okay. Diane, only so oh, because I've been staring at the gray ball hovering above it. Oh, this one here? Yeah, how it is actually sitting there, I'm not entirely sure. This yarn this yarn could be made into something. So this is some more chunky yarn. This came from a trip to Listowel in the summertime. And I know, I like the blue, like the tweedy look to it, right? This could be there's a lot of yarn in one of these balls. And this could be a really nice scarf. Anyway, oh, 73 days till Hanukkah. That is less than 91. Yikes. Mystery solved. Yep. And I don't know what this is. It came out of the bin, kind of what the seconds bin is what they call it at Listowel. So there's never any ball bands on here. Sometimes you can look at the yarn and you'll know what it is, right? Like some yarns, right? Like if you saw this unlabeled, you could tell by the look and feel, you would know what that is. This, I don't know. If it was a Burnett, if it was a Patton's, if it was a Karen. The girls that work up there are really good, and they'll sometimes I'll say, like, "Do you know what this is?" Or I'll just look around the store because the other half of the store is an actual yarn shop with, um, balls with labels on them and everything. The other side of the store is kind of where the discontinued and what they call seconds. So sometimes the balls are a little heavier, a little smaller, a little bigger. I bought I can see one more of these, but I can't quite reach it. Um, I bought yeah, I know, I think I have 3 of these. So all 3 balls may not be exactly the same. Sometimes it's kind of the end of the run, so some balls aren't quite, 100 grams or 200 or whatever it would be. But it's super, super cheap. So it's just nice. I like going up there and just seeing what's in there and then buying stuff that I never knit from. But I'm gonna try to fix that. And it would make so somebody said it would make a nice scarf. I think it would make a nice scarf. So, anyways, it's here. Maybe this could be a Christmas gift for somebody or donation. So the Fiber Friends, we are doing I'm talking about, like, donation. We're doing scrappy projects in October. I don't really know why that popped in my head as, donation stuff, but the Izzy dolls, I think that's what I'm thinking of as donation. That's the November challenge, and I am really excited to do that because I have a little person who would probably love an Izzy doll, and they're super cute ones that are holiday themed. Like there's gingerbread people, there was snow people, and I think there was like Santa Claus. So there's that, plus all of like the little girl, little boy dolls, all kinds, and animals. Like there was a fox. Can't remember. The animal ones were not my they were super cute, but I don't know as I would knit them. I would knit them. If Scarlett really ended up asking me for one, I would knit one, but they're not my go-to. Cheryl was, like, totally in love, I think, with the fox one, but I liked the snow people and the gingerbread people. Those would be ones that I would do. Yes, Daisy's come. Daisy is starving because I did not have time to feed her when I got home tonight. So, as you can tell, she has not missed many suppers and she will get fed tonight. But she thinks she is starving. Um, oh, what is that? Scarlet can't ask now. No, Scarlet can't ask now. So she won't be getting an animal one. So she will be getting, I don't know what she'll be getting. I'll have to look and see which one she'll be getting. Isn't that funny? Because I'm thinking I want to knit the little gingerbread people and the snow people, snowmen, snow women. I want to knit them for me. But I haven't decided if I'm going to do them out of like really big yarn, big yarn, or out of sock yarn so that they can be little and maybe even like I don't know if they'd be too big to be like ornaments on the tree, or they could just like sit in the branches of the tree maybe. Anyways, we will see. But it is getting to be that time, and I've also been thinking if any of you that are watching, the Fiber Friends, we have done the last, 3 years, we have done a Christmas card, holiday card exchange the month of December. We'll need to start thinking about that soon because I think I had to ask people right around the end of October to send me addresses. So don't start sending me addresses yet, but just keep it in the back of your mind because I had thought about that this weekend, thinking that it's getting time to start thinking about that because that'll be here before we know it. Of course, you go, I know, I like knitting things big. I know a lot of people like doing all the little miniature. I'm like, no, I want to go big. I want the biggest needles, the biggest yarn, which is, why we're doing a big pumpkin. I can't wait. Oh, I was going to look for needles. Okay, we've got just like 10 minutes left here. Um, oh, of course, anybody is welcome in the card exchange anywhere in the world. Um, Typically over on the Fiber Friends podcast, um, like in a couple of weeks, we'll be chatting. I had thought about doing a stitch marker exchange. So we'll have to see if if people wanted to do that. Other years we have done little snowflakes, we've done mini skein exchange. And so how it works is last year I think we just did cards. And but this year I'm thinking maybe stitch markers. I have to run it by Cheryl, but I'm sure she won't say no. Or maybe somebody will have a better idea. So we won't decide that for sure. But what we end up doing is you have an option if you just want to exchange a card, if you want to add a little something in there. And then I make up 2 lists. And so people that don't want to exchange any extras, they send cards to themselves. And but everybody gets the whole list of addresses. So you have to send to the person underneath your name on the address list. So everybody at least gets 1 card, but then it's open and you can send to as many or all the people if you want to. But we just want to make sure that at least everybody gets 1 card. And it's open to absolutely anybody. So you do have to be prepared for that because you could end up being in the US and send it to Norway or to England or to Australia. Um, but if it's just a card or stitch markers, postage should not be, um, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm hoping for people. So that's always fun. That's always super fun. Everybody has always had fun the last few Christmases that we've done that, getting cards in the mail. And I like to send out the address list early. It's kind of like maybe the first weekend in November is when I did it last year so that it gives you time to get things and get it to the mail. And then if it does have to go overseas, it's going to get there super early. And then it's up to that person if they get it early, if they want to open it right then and there, if they want to wait till, like December 1st and open it or whatever. So, anyways, so that's it. So just something to think about because it is getting to be that time. 90, what was it, 91 days, Sally? Is that what you said? That's going to come so soon. Oh my gosh, that's going to come like so soon. I've got to, too bad I just couldn't get pumpkins for everybody. I'm in such a pumpkin um, knitting mode right now. Christmas balls. Everybody could get big Christmas balls. I really wish this yarn came in like a Christmas red, and I don't think it does. So, hmm. Anyways, I'll have to see what else I can find. Oh, yeah. So everybody's doing, yes. So a lot of people here. Yes, the full globe. Yes, all can join. Oh, everything out of the US is the same price. Oh, is it? Okay. Yes, watching for fun mail. I know it's always fun. So fun. Okay, so has anybody else knit any pumpkins just the last couple of minutes here? Am I the only one who has a pumpkin obsession right now? I wanted to knit them last year, which is, I think, again, probably why I had both of these in my stash. I mean, I don't know. What I honestly I don't remember what I bought this mustard one for. Don't know if I had a plan. Like nothing. Usually, all my yarn, I kind of have an idea of, if I was going to make a pillow, if I was going to make a Christmas stocking. But this chenille yarn, like I don't know, as I don't wouldn't normally buy this, so I'm not entirely sure why I have this, unless it was maybe for a pumpkin from last year. I don't know. But I have a feeling this was for a pumpkin last year. Possibly, possibly. So it's kind of good that it takes me a year to get around to these projects. So this year I already had all the yarn in my stash. So I didn't have to go shopping for it. Oh, Sam said you sent me a picture. Can you tell me if you see the spider in the illusion? My phone is downstairs, Sam, so I don't have it with me. I can look later on though tonight. Halloween wrap instead of pumpkins this year. Oh, Diane, that's what you're working on? A Halloween wrap. I missed the scarf challenge last year. Oh, yes. So Jocelyn and I did a Halloween challenge last year. Oh my gosh, my scarf, I've got it pulled out. It'll have to go, yeah, I'll have to put it on a mannequin or something in a week or two so we can enjoy it. Definitely for the month of October. It'll be out. It's fun. A Halloween wrap. That sounds like a great idea. Jocelyn and I are working on Christmas stockings. That is our challenge for this month. So that is super fun too. Oh, Jude says a square obsession, which is a good job, as around 200 squares still needed for your scrappy blanket. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 200 more. Jude, that is so fun. And I am so glad that you are obsessed and are liking that because 200 could also be like, oh my goodness. So that's amazing. Yes, that's good. Okay, Diane, have you posted any pictures of the Halloween wrap yet? I can't wait to see that. What colors is it? Is it like green and purple, or is it orange and black, or black and white? Orange and white, orange and black. How many Halloween combinations are there? That's fun. Color work, or is it just like striped? No, 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 no. Oh, I know. No, no, no. I saw it because that's the yarn you dyed, right? And it was purple, green, and orange. Am I right? I remember seeing pictures. I remember seeing pictures now. Oh, I did, but added warts. I'm using the neon green, the orange, and the purple. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, it's so much fun. It is fun this time of year, right? With pumpkin season, fall colors, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and then you just roll right into holiday season, right? It's nice that we've got fun different things coming up. You can knit for, decorate for, entertain for. It's kind of nice. And then we come into January and February, and it's like winter. Cold, snow, no excitement or joy in there. There's no pumpkins. There's no well, I guess there can be snowman, but anyways, yeah. So this time of year is always fun. Okay, so baubles are the witch's warts. That would do it. Elise. Oh, it's so rainy now. I can't enjoy fall now. Oh, that's see, fall is nice, right? Before it gets to that where it gets too rainy and cold, and once all the leaves drop, then it's not so nice. Then you need a little bit of snow to bump it into the holiday season. Oh, yes, love fall. I know. Oh, Sammy, 55 more dishcloths. 55. Oh, you got it made. That's easy. That's not very many at all. That's wonderful. You're so, so close. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. This has been a great end to my Monday, which was kind of a long, long day. So, this was a really nice way to end the day by chatting with you all. And I'm excited for this. I'm really, really excited. Okay, I didn't look for needles, and I have them sitting here beside me. Ah, all right. So, look at these guys. I don't even know if these are my 25. I'm like, okay, doesn't this say somewhere on here? I don't see anything on here. I think there was 25s and 15s that I bought that were super big. All right. How am I supposed to know what size is, you guys? Because needle sizers do not go this big. Was I supposed to keep this in the original package so I knew what size it was? Hmm. That doesn't happen around here. Okay, but okay, these came from Knit I can go on and look. I'm pretty sure these are 25s. And oh, hmm, these are 20s. This must be 25. Anyways, I'm not so sure though. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to try this on here. But um I have these. These are what is this? Okay. There's 15s. Oh my goodness. This makes 15s look so small. Look at that. That looks like a baby needle compared to this guy. That's crazy. All right, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to play with these. I think I need a fall pumpkin movie to end my day with and start this pumpkin. Okay, so there's another one. This looks pretty tiny too. Like a 10 probably. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to pack up all my needles. I'm going to sign off for the night and I'm going to go play around and see what size needle I might use. We'll see. Jude says that's where you're just trying to knit with broomsticks at this point. 25 is huge. 25 is huge. It is your definition of tiny. I know it's all in perspective, right? Once you start looking at 25 millimeters, everything else looks small, even if it's big. All right. Um, Sam, what's your question? Is it embossed or stamped on the metal? Sure. I didn't see it anywhere, Sherry. I'll have to go look on Nitpicks because I'm thinking it has to be a 25. I mean, there's not. I had the 15, the 20, and the 25. I think there was like a set you could order, maybe all three, kind of like the large needles set. But I know you would think it should be stamped right on here, wouldn't you? I don't see it. But I mean, I guess big is big, right? It's not like it's a nine. Oh, I don't know. Are there 19s or 21s? I don't think so, right? Does this anyways. All right. I don't see anything. Okay. Anyways, I will go figure that out on my own, everybody. So I'm gonna let you all go so we can just carry on with our night. So anybody else watching a movie tonight? Can you read my last comment? Sam said, you said you had a question. What was your question, Sam? Um, Fence post is next size up 4 by 4. Don't tempt me. That would be kind of fun. What yarn would you need? How many of these would you have to hold for that? Oh, Diane, you have just planted a seed. Don't do you should not do that. Okay. Oh, your wrist. Well, just take it easy. You've got a little leeway in there, so knit a little bit and rest, knit a little bit and rest, and you can do it. You can do it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for voting. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to come back and show you this finished pumpkin next week. This is going to be so fun. This will be, I can't wait. Get this cast on, and then I get to stuff it, and then I have no idea what I'm gonna use for the stem. Maybe another cinnamon stick or a branch. I might even go out and just see there was a branch fell off a tree. I wonder if anybody's picked it up. Maybe I should go grab it. Maybe that's what I will need for something. Anyways, I don't know. I'm going to have fun with this and I will show you all next week. So have a fantastic week, everybody. Happy knitting and happy pumpkin making. If you make pumpkins, tag me at Wildflower Wool so I can see your pumpkin knitting this week as well. Whether you're doing little ones, medium size, or super, super big ones, I would love to see them all. So tag me so I can share in your pumpkin making fun. All right, everybody, good night, and I will see you next Monday.